US says Ukraine shot down 55 Russian warplanes in conflict. The commander of the US Air Force in Europe said that Ukraine's air defense forces have shot down about 55 Russian warplanes since the conflict broke out. General James Hecker, commander of US Air Forces in Europe, said on September 19 that Russia understood Ukraine's air defense systems very well, but that Russia's initial attacks at the end of February were still unable to disrupt it. Destroy these air defense systems, including surface-to-air missiles. According to the US general, after 7 months of conflict, Russian planes rarely go deep into Ukraine. Instead, Russia fired long-range missiles. When Russia tried to deploy its fighters and planes into the conflict zones with Ukrainian missiles, their planes were shot down. About 55 Russian warplanes were hit by the systems. Ukraine's integrated air defense and missile system shot it down, General Hecker said. The British Ministry of Defence also confirmed on September 19 that Russia had lost 55 fighter aircraft since the start of the military operation in Ukraine, of which 4 were highly likely lost in the past 10 days. According to the announcement of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on September 19, the anti-aircraft missile units of the Ukrainian Air Force shot down a Su-25 fighter and 5 tactical drones of Russia. The British Ministry of Defence also accused Russia of launching thousands of long-range missiles against targets in Ukraine since the start of the conflict. According to the British Ministry of Defence, recent Russian attacks have targeted targets, including a power grid and a dam. Russia has not yet responded to the above information. Moscow has repeatedly stated that it only attacks military targets, not civilian targets and civilians in Ukraine. Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Igor Konashenkov said on September 18 that 448 aircraft, including 155 helicopters, 1,981 drones, 375 air defense missile systems, 5,022 tanks, and combat vehicles, other armored fighting vehicles. Ukraine has recently launched a rapid counteroffensive campaign in the east and south, focusing on the 2 regions of Kharkov and Kherson. On September 13, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the country has regained 6,000 square kilometers of territory in the east and south since the beginning of September. Ukraine says it distracted Russia by declaring a counterattack in the south, but then turned to the northeast to strike an area where Russia has deployed relatively thin forces. Russia confirmed that it had withdrawn its troops from some areas in Kharkov to redeploy its formation, and at the same time provided training to send more troops and equipment to strengthen forces in this area.